Hi, today we are focusing on the important topic DevSecOps. Actually, there are wide range of terminologies and variations that you see with DevOps, DevSecOps, and newly there is a concept called AOps, and a lot of them. What is the difference between all of them? As we all know what DevOps is and what all it do. Like it is basically improving the communication within the team, improving how you can quickly get the feedback through automation, bringing dev and ops together. So bringing automation in continuous integration and continuous deployment, infrastructure as code, observability. So these are the areas which DevOps mainly focus on. Then what is DevSecOps? Like the main difference between the DevOps and the DevSecOps, let's start with that, like security. Security is very a big concern when it comes to software, and a lot of time like we start thinking about security when we are putting the application into production, and that's too late, and that's what DevSecOps focuses on it. Focusing on bringing security in earlier state of software development, in earlier stages of doing DevOps. So the mindset of DevOps is basically start thinking of security from the time you have designed your application, and from the time you have started your architectural design. So there are basically different types of DevSecOps tools that are available, like static code, static application security testing, dynamic application security testing, interactive application security testing, software composition analysis, static code analysis. So over here, like we are going to discuss like source static code analysis for an IAC. So for this, like we are using the tool Terrascan. So Terrascan is basically capable of detecting compliance and security violations across the infrastructure as a code. So basically, Terrascan has a capability of implementing the for Terraform, Kubernetes, Argo CD, Atlantis, and AWS Cloud Formation as well. So let's understand like how we can implement this. So over here, like we can implement the Terrascan in two ways. One is installing it locally, and another one is using through as a Docker container. So over here, like it was mentioned with a very clear detail, like how we can install the Terrascan. Like the only thing you need to remember is like if you are doing it for the Linux, like you just need to replace the uh, label as the Linux, and this will be the command for installing, and these are the command for that. And if you want to implement it through Docker, like it was very simpler, like you can take this command and you can run it. So let's get started with our pipeline. Like we will be implementing how we can do a Terraform scan for one of our repository, where it is consists of ARM templates and the Terraform files. Let's get started. Like I have already created an project called DevSecOps. Like it is having no pipelines as of now. I'm going to create a new one. So over here, I'm using a Classic editor. So over here, I'm selecting GitHub, like where my repositories for Terraform files resides. Like I'm taking this, continue. So before that, like I'll show what my repository contains. Like it is contains two folders. One is Azure DevOps, which has an ARM templates, which are very basic files. Okay. And in the another folder, like I have a Terraform, like I'm having some basic files of Terraform. So over here, I'm going to take the empty job. So over here, like I want to run it in Ventilation. Here we go. We need to add the first task as a Terraform tool installer. Like basically, like with ADO, this extension will not be available. You need to go to marketplace and make it install like before doing this. So over here, like I have already installed, so it is showing add. Or if not, like it would have shown like this, like get it for free. So once you install, like you can easily add it. So over here, like I'm taking the latest version, and in the next task, like I'm going to install the Terrascan. So for this, I'm using the bash. So I'm taking an inline, and the one which I've copied, like I have copied into the same thing. So I'm doing it for Linux. So I'll change it to Linux. Over here, you can see. So that's it with the installation part, like rename. And the next step will be Terrascan run. So I'm going to take the same bash. Run. So over here again the same. So over here I'll be passing this parameter or the value. So if you try to understand like what exactly it has or what it will be doing, so go inside the Azure policies, like it will be having an Azure policies, like if it is like related to an issue related to IAM, like it will be considering for Azure definitely. So the how severity will be high. So if we are not maintaining the standards in our IAC file, like it will be basically throwing out the issues like what is the severity and what kind of an issue we have to solve it, and we need to amend in our IAC files basically. So over here, like if you see Terraform scan, it will be scanning, and -d stands for the directory, and I'm giving the dot it need to be scanned my current directory, and policy type I'm giving Azure, like if it is like AWS or some other, like you need to provide accordingly. And the IAC type, it is Terraform. So if it is you're doing for ARM template or Kubernetes, you need to change this. And for each IAC type, like there are different versions that are available. For Terraform, like I'm going to take V14, and like it starts from V12, V13, V14, and the latest one is V15. So I'm going to take V14, and the output which is going to generate, like it should be generated with XML format, and the output of that should be saved in this Terraform report file. So I want to publish this file. So over here, like I'm going to take this file. So important thing, like it may have some issues, so it will be failing your uh, pipeline. So keep this option enabled, so that even if because of some errors, like even if it is failing, like this will be generated and the report will be generated and it will be displaying the result for us. So let's save and queue. So here it got started. So that's it. If we go outside and if we go into this, like it will be showing what are the reports that are generated. And over here, like it is having an issue over RG line 10. It has a violation of Azure 0389. Like if you want to check out, like you can even check out what exactly was the issue. Like even you can check over here, it has a here itself, like ensure that resource group has a lock, resource lock enabled. Like we have not implemented the resource lock feature, so it was showing an error because of that. And the severity of this is low. And we have other types of errors as well, like submit clean line, which was violating the rule AC Azure 0356. Like you will be having a complete list of policies over here, like what exactly it is, why it is throwing it an error, and the severity of that error as well. So that's it about this video.